Hi, we are the Nickies of Association Laboratory. I am Nikki Golden, and this is Nikki Hatton-Shanks, and we are both strategists with the Association Laboratory. We're here to talk about Looking Forward, which is our environmental scan of the association landscape. So, Nikki, you've been involved in Looking Forward way longer than I have. Can you give us a little bit of background as to what it is and maybe what some of the changes are that we made this year?
Yeah, of course. No, it's very exciting. Looking Forward is our yearly environmental scan of the association sector. So this is our 10th year doing this annual survey. We look at 60 different factors influencing members in 6 different domains, including, economic, technology, and this new market psychology section, which I can talk about in a little bit. So it highlights challenges associations are facing. It takes the pandemic into account and looking at other areas too, such as advocacy, meetings, education, even some global aspects as well. So it's a very comprehensive environmental scanning of the association space. And we, like I mentioned, we produce this yearly. We went into the field last month and we are wrapping up the survey really as we speak. So, I've been a part of this study and working on it with Association Laboratory for a few years, and it has been a phenomenal benchmarking study. And really, any good research, particularly a benchmarking study, should be reevaluated, every so often to see if it's still relevant. So what has changed this year is we really recognized it was time to sort of reevaluate everything given COVID-19 on what we were asking. So we actually conducted a really quick qualitative study with those in the association space, and I'll talk about in a little bit our Association Laboratory Research Alliance, just to see what should be updated, what needed to be changed. And so the result actually was a complete restructuring. So we've added more options, we're reframing different areas given the pandemic, and just an all-around relook at all the issues that associations are experiencing.
And can you talk a little bit about that new market psychology section?
Yeah, absolutely. So we added this section just to try to capture the sentiments and fears surrounding COVID-19, fears of travel, mental health and wellness are becoming increasingly bigger issues that associations are dealing with. So including an aspect of that, aspects of working remotely, just how your home has become not just your home, but also your place of work. It's a school, all of these various aspects. So we tried to create one section that captured most of that.
That's really cool. I'm looking forward to seeing the responses to that, because it is such a big change, not just to the survey, but just kind of how we, all operate right now. So, and also new this year, we normally, you don't see the data from Looking Forward until like March-ish, when we've kind of gone through it and created a report. But this year, we're introducing a dashboard. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, you're right. We've every time we've done this research, respondents have had to wait until March, April, springtime to get all of the results and to be able to compare their organization with those results. So now we are working, and we've partnered with Nucleus, which is the official data analytics solution to the Association Laboratory Research Alliance. And they have created a really cool dashboard for respondents who have taken the survey to use for free. It's completely free, which is amazing. So they could see visually what the responses look like, and it's just presented amazingly well for respondents to navigate through the questions that they've answered. And Nikki, I know you've worked really hard on and worked with Nucleus on trying to get this type of platform set up. So what has been, your initial perceptions, interpretations of what the dashboard looks like?
Yeah, so users will be able to filter. So usually we kind of break down the data in the report by trade and professional association, but now users can actually break down by size of the association, whether it's by member size or revenue size. They can look at data specific to a certain region or a certain state. So there's a lot of ways that they could filter the data to make it more useful for their needs. And then they can print it out. They could create a PDF, print it out so they could share it with the board while they're having those kind of strategic discussions about, the landscape of the association world.
Very cool. So when will it be ready for, respondents to be able to access and see some of that information?
I think we were initially hoping the end of December, but because the holidays are kind of, coming up right around the corner, it will definitely be available by early January.
Perfect. That's exciting. I'm looking forward to seeing more with it.
Yeah. And you mentioned the Research Alliance. Can you talk a little bit? I know that that's something you put together about a year ago for Association Laboratory. Can you talk about who they are and how we participate with them?
Yeah, this is a group that I'm super excited about because it's just this amazing collaborative effort of over 20 different state, national, and global organizations for association executives. So this group is really dedicated to investigating the future of the association business model. So that includes looking forward, and this group has also not just been a part of looking forward, but other research initiatives like COVID-19. So they've really helped to encourage their members to complete the survey research. And as a bonus, and in turn, their members get access to the reports and all the information for free. So it's great. The members benefit, and we end up building a stronger, more diverse respondent pool for our surveys, which is really great. So it's strengthening the quality of our surveys, and it's reaching these diverse audiences and groups. And because of their efforts, actually the overwhelming majority of the responses now come from these 20 different groups.
That's great. And the final thing I think we kind of are excited about in terms of looking forward is the event that we're holding on January 21st. So can you talk a little bit about what people should expect from that?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is, our Looking Forward 2021 event, reimagining the world in which association leaders will need to be successful. And this event is taking place virtually from 11 to 2 p.m. Central Time. So we're super excited about this. It's giving anyone that has participated in the survey, access to this complimentary event. Anyone can actually attend. It's complimentary for everyone. So we're super excited about being able to share the results of the research, to walk through quite a bit of information and have some amazing guest speakers. So Nikki, can you talk a little bit about, I know you've been working with the speakers, working with the content too. Can you talk a little bit about what the structure is going to be like for that day?
Absolutely. So, we'll start off the day with Dean West, who's the president of Association Laboratory. We'll kind of give a keynote overview of what the 2021 Looking Forward data kind of showed. We'll break out into some smaller groups to have discussions about, what we think that means. And then we'll hear from both a trade professional and executive and a professional society executive. So on the professional society side, we have Vicki Louise from the Society for Laboratory Automation and Screening. And on the trade side, we have Robert Voltman, who is the executive director of the National Independent Automobile Dealers Association, which is a mouthful. And they're going to just kind of give their insights from their different viewpoints from the trade and professional side, and just kind of talk about like how they plan to use it for with their boards. The other nice thing about it is, we are a CAE provider, so participants will get 3 CAE hours if they need them. So we're excited about that too.
Awesome. Yeah, we're really looking forward to this. It's going to be a great event, and excited to have participation in this virtual event. It'll be great.
Yeah, and I should add, if you wanted to register for the event, which you should definitely want to do, it is associationlaboratory.com, and you can click on the scroll at the top. The first one should be for the January 21st event.
Awesome.
Well, great. We're so excited. We hope that you guys are too, and we hope to see you January 21st, or at least using our dashboard for the Looking Forward 2021 data. Thanks.
Great, thanks.